The woke ideology is now confusing even the so-called supporters of the woke progressive movement. The students of universities who've already been brainwashed, you would think that they should have done their homework, they should know where they stand, they should know how to defend their own positions. No, they can't. So this is a big shout out to Ben Leo, who went to a university campus in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and spoke to this student who somehow identifies as a woman. And the discussion was, as usual, about public toilets. I think the student got a little bit stuck in his own arguments, or her arguments, their arguments, its arguments, his arguments. And at the end of the interview, he sort of malfunctioned. Watch this.
So you're a male transitioning to
Yes.
a woman? So some people watching this might say, why can't you just do what you do, and people respect that and you have freedom to do that, nobody has a problem with it, but why can't you just use the men's toilets? Why do you want to share a toilet with women?
Because it makes me feel comfortable. It makes me feel like whoever I want to be, I can identify with that gender. And
should your comfort trump the comfort of biological women?
I don't think there are that many women that are actually uncomfortable by it. What is the point of them feeling uncomfortable when it doesn't actually affect them?
Well, it does affect them because they'd be sharing a toilet. Like you're like you're pretty. How tall are you? 6'1"?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're a big person. Males are innately stronger, more powerful than women. You know, that's why male violence is an epidemic. That's why male-female rape is a problem. That's why women feel unsafe because
I wouldn't say that's why, but yeah.
Well, it is. I mean, it's a power thing. I mean, men can manhandle women. It's just a fact. That's why men are better at sport than women. They're faster, they're stronger, they're bigger lung capacity. You know, that's why women feel unsafe. We're just more powerful beings.
Do you
not agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that because I don't think that's a good analysis. I think that
but that's what women say. Women say they feel unsafe because they feel threatened by biological men.
I mean,
you just don't believe them.
Yeah, I don't believe. I mean, I don't believe that when you kind of trap me here, and I can agree with you. You trap me here, and I can't really make my way out.
Ben Leo's face at the end. I can't get myself out of this hole that I've been digging. The issue here is on so many levels. Number one, he started by saying that, well, I have to use the women's toilet because otherwise I will be uncomfortable if I don't use it. Then when the argument was about, what about the biological women who say they are uncomfortable if you're there? He says, well, they shouldn't feel uncomfortable. What? They got nothing to feel uncomfortable about. Then, well, why do you feel uncomfortable by going into the men's toilet? So the issue now, but the problem here, and you probably noticed over the last couple of years, these arguments are all falling apart because there is no consistency. The whole agenda and the woke virus is so all over the place. It's becoming so confusing, complicated. It changes every day, and there are contradictory arguments that's been pointed out by university campuses, lecturers, many other so-called leaders of the liberal movement. And it's actually confusing their own brainwashed people. So they brainwash you based on something today, and then next week they say, you remember we told you about that thing? And yeah, I agree. So that's changed now. So you have to keep upgrading your system, your operating system, every single day, just to stay informed about what the agenda is telling you today. It's extremely unhealthy because, I mean, forget about the whole, that's the face, that's Ben Leo's face, it's so funny here. Forget about the fact that this whole thing is morally stupid and intellectually vacant, the whole thing. But the reason it's psychologically and mentally unhealthy is because the whole brainwashing aspect is very one-sided. So they don't want you to debate the other side. They don't want you to debate the facts or actually hear anybody else's arguments. So it shuts you down. So you just become a sheep. But on the other hand, They keep feeding you different type of things from different angles. It's not healthy. And obviously, all these kids are becoming more confused. And they get confused by their own side. And forget, like, that's why if this person, this student, has a very simple conversation with Ben Leo or myself, they just malfunction completely. They don't know what to do about their own basic positions. And you would think that they should have had more time now to watch all these right-wing media and interviews and all these TERFs, as they call them, to find out, so what are their lines, what sort of arguments they make. Let's find a way to debunk them. All this information is all over the internet. Just watch, and then you can find a way to do a counter-argument. But it's because they've been told not to even listen to the other side that they can't. And it's not consistent, it's not mentally or psychologically healthy. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.